Hey everybody, Tyler Engelbert's here coming at you with another video for Viking Media. And I got a bit of a special video for you guys today, and it's special because I'm not going to talk about the CBC. But what I do want to talk about today is our members of parliament and how they vote on party lines instead of trying to represent their electorate, their constituents. So in Canada, we're going to go right down to the basics. In Canada, when we vote in a federal election, we're technically not voting for a prime minister. With the way modern politics is, a lot of people just end up voting for the prime minister that they want in the sense that they vote for whoever is representing their party within their riding. But there's still that person that is representing the party in their riding. So how it works is in an electoral district or a riding, there are people who run for the election of that MP position. So in your riding in the federal election, there will be somebody running from the Conservative Party and the NDP and the Liberal Party and maybe the Green Party and maybe some independents, depending on where you live and what the prospects are like there. So once then we cast our votes, and then whoever's elected, say it's a conservative, it's whoever was running for the conservative party, as is in my riding. My MP is Tom Likusky, and then he hops on a plane and he goes to Ottawa. Now, his job then is to sit in Ottawa in the House of Commons, and it probably is. People would agree that the number one job of MPs is to vote on whatever the vote is in the House of Commons. So how he should be voting in a logical and ideal world is he should be voting as the majority of his constituents would want him to vote. So if 65% of the people within his riding want him to vote a certain way, that is the way that he should vote. And that would be a representative democracy, and that would accomplish a democratic passing or not passing of a vote. But how it actually works in the real world is, as Tom Likusky is a conservative MP, he looks to Andrew Scheer, and Andrew Scheer says, okay, this is how we're voting on this bill. And then that is how all the conservative MPs are expected to vote. It doesn't always work like that, but there is a lot of influence and a lot of pressure on these MPs to vote in such a manner. Look at Bill C-71 with the Liberal votes. All the Liberal MPs voted yay on Bill C-71, and I'm hard taxed to believe that the majority of all constituents within every single one of those 200 and whatever ridings that are represented by Liberal MPs wanted them to vote yay on that. But Justin Trudeau looks at his MPs and he says, today, this is the vote, and we're all voting this way, and that's kind of like a dictatorship, not really a democracy. Now, I can kind of understand why these MPs vote that way, because if I'm an MP and my party is supposed to be voting one way to further our agenda, and I decide that today I have principle and courage of conviction and I am going to represent my constituents, and I vote against party lines, well, then everybody in my party is going to look at me and they're probably going to kick me out of my party. And then I have to sit in the House of Commons as an independent, and the sad fact about independence is if that happens, you get kicked out of your party, you sit as an independent. That will probably be your last term as a member of parliament, because the way people vote in Canada is usually for the party and not for the person. So when you're voting, when you only got elected because you're the Liberal MP in your riding, you're the Liberal choice, and people wanted to vote Liberal, and then all of a sudden you're still a choice, but you're not the Liberal choice, and people still want to vote Liberal in your riding, well, you don't have a job anymore, because whoever is running as the Liberal candidate just took your job. So MPs want job security, and it seems like that to them is more important than representing their electorate, which is it's a terrible way to do politics, and it's a terrible reflection on MPs. Even if it is only 4 years that you get, you should want to do the best job that you can to represent your electorate. I know if I was elected MP and I went to Ottawa and my people were screaming at me to vote a certain way, even if it was going to limit my career to 4 years as an MP, I would sleep much better at night, realizing that I actually, took a step towards a democracy and not a step towards a dictatorship where my vote is my job security. I think it's disgusting, it's discouraging, and it makes me sad. So that's about all I wanted to say today. If you have a problem with how this works, maybe tell your MP about it, and if you know all the votes that have been voted on for every MP, it's all public record. You can go on the House of Commons website. I'll try to put a link in the down there in the description to the House of Commons website where you can see how MPs have voted. If you're not sure who your MP is, I will put a link in the description where you can click on it, and I think you enter your zip code and it or your zip code. We're in Canada, Tyler. Your postal code, and it will tell you where, or it'll tell you who your MP is. And then once you have their name, you can go and check and see how they voted on things. And I think what you'll see is once you're looking at votes, you will see that 9 out of 10 times or even more, you'll see all the Liberal MPs vote one way, all the Conservative MPs vote another way, and it's not a democracy, and it's discouraging. It's not a good way to do politics. On that note, we're going to end this. If you found this video educational, or if you just found it entertaining, feel free to click on the like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you'd like to see more little informational chit chats like this, along with more policy talks and It's Sunday Let's Talks, and whatever else I have in store for the channel that I think you guys are going to like, then please feel free to subscribe and share these videos as you see fit. So until next time, I'll check you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.